Hi everybody, it's Gardener Julia here. We are back for another virtual garden lesson today. First, I want to welcome you into the garden. I am at the Menlo Park Garden today. Hello all my Menlo Park students, and this is where we'll be spending our time together today. We are going to be learning about the important people that help grow our food and provide the food that we eat. We are going to read a book, then we are going to draw a portrait of somebody who is in our food community today. Since we'll be talking about community, let's learn how to say community in American Sign Language. Some people have a harder time hearing and speaking, so they use their hands and their eyes to communicate. This is how you say community. You close and switch your hands 3 times. Try it with me. Nice. So, as I just shared, we are going to be talking about our food community today. Let's think for a moment. What does the word community mean? Have you ever heard this word before? Do you know what it might mean or how it was used? A community is a group of living things like people, plants, or animals that all help each other grow and live. For example would be your school community. So our food community is the community of people who are involved in growing and providing the food that we eat. There are a lot of people in our food community, whether we know it or not. So let's take some time to figure out who is involved in our food community. I want you to think of one thing that you have recently eaten. Could have been today, it could have been yesterday. I want you to think of one thing. I am thinking of the bowl of cereal that I ate this morning. So I want you to think about where you think that thing originally came from. If you chose a fruit, it probably started from a seed on a farm. If you're not quite sure about this journey, don't worry. Let's read a book to learn about the long journey and all the people who are involved in getting our food to us. Before We Eat, From Farm to Table, by Pat Brisson, illustrated by Mary Azarian. Who are the different people you see on the cover of our book? I see a fisher, a dairy farmer, and some farmers as well. As we sit around this table, let's give thanks as we are able to all the folks we'll never meet who helped provide the food we eat. Who do you think are some of the people that they are going to thank for providing the food that they are eating? Well, they plowed the ground and planted seeds. They tended fields, removed the weeds. What are the tools that you see being used here? I see someone with a wheelbarrow, someone with a hoe, and a plow that he's using with his hands. I also see someone using the best tools that we have, our hands. They picked the food at harvest time, working in the heat and grime. I see someone harvesting beets and cabbages. They grazed the cattle, fed the sows. Sow is another word for female pigs. Gathered eggs and milked the cows. Have you ever done one of these activities? Oh, we can't forget that they fished from boats out on the seas. Raised the wheat and nuts and honeybees.
Thank the ones who packed the crates, sorted boxes, checked the weights. Thank the drivers on the road in their trucks with heavy loads. Pete's Peaches, Squash Valley Produce, and all the clerks at all the stores who did the grocery selling chores. Thank the ones who brought this food, the ones who teach me gratitude. Sitting at this meal we share, we are grateful and aware, sending thanks upon the air. And those workers everywhere.
Wow, there are a whole lot of people who are involved in growing and producing our food, right? Who are some of the people we saw in our book? Farmers. These farmers could grow and produce things like vegetables, livestock, even dairy farmers, right? Fishers who catch fish that we eat. Truck drivers move food around, grocery store workers who stock and run the stores that we buy our food from, cafeteria workers at our schools, restaurant workers, people who own and run restaurants who cook and serve the food that we might eat, and so many more. Can you think of anybody else who I didn't mention? All right. That was a whole lot of talking. So I want us to get up and move our bodies around. Let's take a few moments to pretend that we are different people from our food community. Ooh, let's start. Can we try to be a farmer? Can you take your hands and dig like a farmer? Digging. Take your fingers and hold your seed in them and plant your seed. Nice. And maybe next year, a dairy farmer. Can you try milking a cow with your hands? Nice practice. Have any of you milked a cow before, or maybe a goat? All right, my friends, next let's be a truck driver. And we are driving a truck full of produce. If you were a truck driver, what type of fruit or vegetable would you like to be driving? I might like to be driving around tomatoes because those are my favorite. Can you reach up and honk your truck horn? Honk, honk. Nice. All right, now that we have identified some people who are a part of our food community, we are going to choose a person from our food community and draw a portrait of them. Do you know what a portrait is? A portrait is a drawing, painting, or photograph of somebody. Normally it's from their shoulders up, so it shows their face. I'm gonna go inside and get warm and draw my portrait. Let's see how I did.
All right, and here is my cute little farmer that I drew. She has on a nice big sun hat because it is normally very hot and sunny when you are out farming. I'm not the best artist in the world, but I'm really excited to see what all of you draw and come up with. Make sure that you also write a short sentence thanking whoever you drew in your portrait.
All right, my friends, thank you so much for joining me in the garden today. In order to learn about the people in our food community, remember to take a few moments each time that you eat to thank all of those people who are responsible for getting that food all the way to you so you could fuel and feed your body. I will see you all next time. Bye.